Welcome to the Create Today podcast. I'm your host, Karen Stanley, certified rapid transformational therapist and hypnotherapist. And my passion is helping women heal from the past and learn how to create the life they love one day at a time. Well, hello, it's solo podcast time. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is exciting. Me talking. I know it's hilarious because I was just thinking the other day, what did you used to get in trouble for the most in school, elementary school? I'm just wondering. And I bet you can never guess what I got in trouble for the most. Talking. So I had to laugh because I was telling my friend the other day, my daughter came home from school in elementary school a long time ago. She had gotten in trouble for talking. And I just looked at her and went, I'm sorry. You just never stood a chance, daughter. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So kids, if you get in trouble for something, it just might be your superpower. And if you get in trouble for talking, then you can start a podcast and you can talk as much as you want. So here we are. Today, we're talking about my favorite subject, RTT course, Rapid Transformational Therapy, as you know. And answering the question, what if it doesn't work? What if RTT doesn't work? And maybe that question of, I don't think I can be hypnotized, so now what? I don't think it will work. So these are the questions that I get very often, actually. Just got it last week. Okay, well, let's think about it. First of all, what if it does? If you can have a belief that thinks or a doubt that is maybe this method doesn't work, well, what if it does work? You never know. And of course, disclaimer, RTT is not for everybody. This method does not solve everybody's problems. Nothing is guaranteed, yada, yada. There are no guarantees. However, what are the things, if you really think about it, if you have a belief that I can't be hypnotized, that is also just a belief. That's the beauty of rapid transformational therapy. We are getting to the root cause of whatever's causing your symptom, whether the symptom is you want to lose weight or overeating or over drinking, or if you want another habit that you want to solve, or maybe an anxiety, a depression, or a phobia, a fear of something that you have. Well, that's the best part, is because those are caused by beliefs that you have. And once you uncover what belief you have, you can change it. Think about any of the other beliefs that you have now that used to be different. Just something like Santa Claus, right? We all believed that this dude flew through the sky with reindeers and delivered however many people there were back then. I don't know, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I'm almost 50. So when I was a kid and I still believed, so 40 something years ago, was there 6 billion people? It might've been 5 billion. I don't know. There's 7 billion something right now. So however many billion people, we believed that he could deliver a present to 6 billion people in one night. Okay. Well, now we don't. Or something like the Easter Bunny. Something silly like that. But think about some other beliefs that you really, truly used to believe. My belief, my entire life, I always thought I was big. I'm taller than most girls. I'm bigger than most girls. I have big butt. I always thought I just wanted to be skinny. I wanted to be smaller. I don't anymore. But think about that belief. I just tell my daughter, I think it's so funny that now people are paying 20 grand to get a bigger butt. They're literally putting implants in their ass so they can get a big butt. So I tell Leah, just live long enough and then whatever you got is going to be in style at some point. Isn't that crazy? So we have beliefs that we have already changed. There's evidence in our life that something that we used to believe we don't believe anymore. And so you think about all of those. And then this idea that I can't be hypnotized also could be just a belief. And the beliefs, the best part is that they can change. It's the best part about the whole thing. So what is hypnosis, first of all? It is a relaxed state. So if you think about it, have you ever been relaxed? Have you ever been driving and 20 minutes goes by and you can't even remember how you got there? You don't remember the route that you take. And it's almost like a hypnotic state. And studies will show you that we are in a hypnotic state, actually, our entire childhood. We are in a hypnotic state. We are downloading every single thing around us, and we are trying to define it. We're trying to attach a meaning to it. We're trying to figure it all out while our little teeny tiny brains are not developed anymore. So a hypnosis can also feel like you're sitting at the beach. Have you ever been sitting there and you're not really doing anything, maybe laying there, not even reading a book? Time just kind of goes by and you don't even realize it, and a half hour has gone by. That's the same thing. Hypnosis is just about being relaxed, putting your brain into a theta state. Why do we want to go into a theta state, you ask? Excellent question, kids. It's because that is where we are the most suggestible. What does that mean? I had a client come to me that really was just eating chocolate. It turns out to be like a trigger in the afternoon when it's a long day, you're starting to get tired, and her brain was like this, there was this trigger. And like, sure, if you want to eat some chocolate, it's no big deal. But for her, it was keeping her from her weight goals and her fitness goals. And she didn't want to eat sugar, but she was still reaching for chocolate every afternoon. So when you get in, if you're not in a theta state, I can just talk to her. I can just talk to you about something that you would really like to change. And then I can say, well, just stop eating chocolate. It's easy, right? I mean, you ever known an alcoholic? Just don't drink. Just don't pick up that beer. No, it doesn't work. Why? It's because our conscious brain is activated. I like to call it our monkey brain. And really, our subconscious is what's driving our bus. Our subconscious mind is the one that is driving our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. It's driving our behaviors, whether we're aware of it or not. And so getting into hypnosis actually allows you to access the subconscious brain. Once we turn down the knob on the monkey brain, get the conscious brain out of the way, then our brain goes, oh, I realize I don't need chocolate. It's open to suggestions. I love healthy foods. I love fueling my body with healthy foods. I love fruit and vegetables. When I'm hungry, I snack on protein and nuts and vegetables and fruits and what have you. You know what I'm saying? So that is what hypnosis actually is. It's getting into a relaxed state. You're completely aware. It doesn't really even feel like hypnosis. I was very surprised by that the first time I had a session. I have to be honest. I thought, I would feel weird or out of control or all of these things. And I didn't feel any of that. I could hear the blower of the landscaper, next door. I could hear everything around me. And so hypnosis kind of seems like a woo-woo, weird voodoo type of thing. And I know that we could have all of these images of like the watch, someone, I'm going to tell you what to do and you're going to be under my control, or these shows like on TV or Vegas, I can make you quack like a duck or bark like a dog or something like that. But you're in total control. You're just suggestible. So when you're in suggestible and you really want something to change, like you would like to kick a habit of eating chocolate every day. Well, when you're in suggestible, you're open to hearing, yes, I actually love healthy food. I don't need chocolate. Chocolate's for kids. If I tell you go rob a bank, you're not going to do it. You're not under anybody's control. So that's what hypnosis is. And so if you're able to form a belief, then you're able to be relaxed and put yourself in a relaxed state, access the subconscious mind. And then also, if you have a belief that it might not work, you can also, what if it does? The only thing that you really need, and results aren't guaranteed and all of that, obviously. The only thing, you need two things. You need a deep desire for change. So if you've tried other things, if you've been suffering or dealing with a habit or a belief or anxiety, a feeling, habitual feelings or thoughts that you really like to change, and you've tried other things, then what if RTT does work? Then you could get results like thousands and thousands of other people have. Doesn't mean you necessarily will, but thousands and thousands of other people have. I'd urge you to read Marissa Peer's book. Marissa Peer is the creator of this method, and she's cultivated it over the last 30 years and just started training us therapists just recently, starting in 2015, which is amazing and the biggest blessing of my entire life. It has blessed my life as the client just as much as it has as the therapist. And the only other thing you need, the second thing you need besides a deep desire to change, is the commitment to the process, because you also have homework after your session. I don't know if you know this. In the session, after we uncover the root cause, and then we actually are able to retrain our perception of the past, we can retrain our brain to look at these stories and look at these things that formed these core beliefs. We can look at them differently. We can assign a different meaning to them. Even something so horrible, like in Marissa's book, one of her clients had been horribly abused by her dad, and she had suspicions that her dad wasn't her real dad. And then as she got older, he would say things. He was verbally abusive. He was horrible, and he ended up going to jail. Then she did a DNA test. So her whole life, she's thinking, this is not even my dad. I can't even believe this. She's going through trauma, abuse after abuse after abuse. And it just destroyed her. Think this whole time, my mom cheated on my dad, her husband, and he wasn't even my biological father. And when she was in her session, she was able to retrain her brain to say, that's great. Because if he's not biologically related to you, you don't have his DNA. He's in jail. And that's great. You're not related to him. You are free of this. And you're able to retrain your brain, create a new story. And so if you need some help, or you're wondering about it, or you're not really sure if this is for you, read her book, Tell Yourself a Better Lie. Because in it, it's just case study after case study after case study of what it was like for the clients before and what their life was like afterwards, which is amazing. So the commitment to the process. After the session, you create a transformation, a personalized recording that's specific to you, your life that you want to create, the thoughts and feelings and behaviors you want to have, and then we are going to install them. But the mind, how does it learn? The mind learns by repetition. And the mind loves repetition. Repetition is the only way we've learned anything. Walking, talking, we've only learned it because we tried over and over and over. We watched other people do it. We listened. We tried it over and over and over. It's the only way we learn anything. So that's why we do the recording. You listen to it every single day for 30 days. And then you can feel differently. You are training your brain. You may find that things that used to trigger you aren't triggering, that some of the things that used to really bother you, you feel more detached from. You're creating a calmer, confident feeling every time you listen to it, because you're actually regulating your nervous system every day. And when you do that daily, it becomes habitual. It becomes new neural pathways in your brain. So more ease of choosing the path that you want, the one that creates the positive, supportive thoughts, the new thoughts that then become the automatic thoughts. Brilliant. So if you have any questions, let me know. What if RTT works? I'll just leave you with that. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you for being here and listening to my show. If you got any value at all, it would mean the world if you shared it and left a review. Remember, the only way to create the life you love is to take it one day at a time. Create today. God bless you.